Hey, I'm Amanda. Welcome to Hungry Nordic. I've got a cold, so lately I've been hungry for comfort food, and today I'm going to show you my recipe for making a really big pot of chili. It's especially helpful if you want to have a bunch of food on hand as you're getting ready for Thanksgiving, so you don't have to worry about everyday meals leading up to the big holiday. Homework for you for getting ready for Thanksgiving. If you haven't already figured out where you're going to have your feast, figure that out, coordinate with the people who are hosting, whether that's you or someone else, and make sure you've got a plan for what's going to be on the menu. Between now and then, you can practice what you're going to cook, whether it's something that you just haven't made in a while but you used to know how to make, or if it's something you've never made before. Make sure you practice before the big day. Without further ado, here's my big pot of let me feel better and get well soon chili. I started with 2 pounds of pinto beans, put them in my crock pot, soaked them overnight with salt water, and in the morning I drained off the soaking water and put the beans to cook in the crock pot with water and a little salt and 4 cups of my homemade stock. Once the water was hot, I also added in 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Now, later on in the day, once the beans had cooked for about 5 hours and were soft, I got started in my really big stock pot on my stove, and I sauteed 2 onions chopped up fine, 2 green bell peppers also chopped up, sauteed them until they started to smell really good, and used about 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil for sauteing. To this, I added the seasonings. Head over to hungrynordic.com to get a whole list of this entire recipe, including these seasonings. I'm going to list them off, hopefully correctly by memory. Here we go. We had a 1/2 cup of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of cumin, a tablespoon of coriander, a tablespoon of oregano, 3 teaspoons of garlic powder. You could also go with garlic cloves, about 12 garlic cloves, lots of garlic. I also added a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne red pepper. If you like it spicy, you can add more. If you don't like it that spicy, leave it out. All right, so then I added 2 large cans of diced tomatoes. Those are 28-ounce cans. And there wasn't any salt in my homemade broth, so I added a teaspoon of salt. And of course, I added to this giant stock pot the beans and ground beef with all of the liquid that they'd been cooking with, because that's where the broth was. I also added a 6-ounce can of tomato paste and a bit of water. Stir it up, and at this point everything is cooked. You're just waiting for everything to get heated through and let those flavors meld. About 1/2 hour. It's going to depend on your pot, how long it's going to take to start simmering and get those flavors melding. I actually like it even better the next day, as the leftovers have had the flavors meld even longer in the fridge. I dish this up as leftovers by putting it in some little serving bowls that we've got that are safe to go under the broiler, topping it with white cheddar cheese, and then broiling that under the broiler so the cheese got all gooey and bubbly. Oh, so good. Perfect for these cold days when you're at home with a cold. If this has been helpful, give me a thumbs up on YouTube. You can click the red subscribe button on YouTube and get all the videos as they come out on Hungry Nordic's channel. You can also go over to hungrynordic.com. Drop me a line with messages on hungrynordic.com. Sign up for the email subscribers list. I'd love to hear from you, and I hope that you will love hearing from me. Take care. Hey da!